Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Wade Watches. I'm Wade, and today I'm going to be reviewing Haunted Mansion, the 2023 version, that is, directed by Justin Simien and starring Lakeith Stanfield, Owen Wilson, Tiffany Haddish, Rosario Dawson, Danny DeVito, and oh yes, Jamie Lee Curtis and Jared Leto. So this let me just keep I guess keep this brief. I think this is destined to get the hocus pocus treatment. Like in a nutshell, in a summary, that's what I think about Haunted Mansion 2023. And by that I mean it'll be a Disney pretty much. I know it wasn't released around Halloween, and Halloween is not, like really a part of this movie, but it's kind of, ghosts and, a haunted mansion. So kind of like, one could argue a Halloween horror themed Disney movie that underperforms at the box office, but over time gains cult status, a cult following. I feel like this movie will be examined over time and people will go, hey, you know what? It's not a complete piece of crap despite, critics not liking it and despite it not performing well at the box office. At least that's my opinion of it because, yeah, this movie was a lot of fun and quite enjoyable. I'm not at all surprised to find that once again I disagree with the majority of critics on this one. I'm very individualistic, and I am determined to always like come to my own conclusion when it comes to watching a movie. So I'm not surprised that I don't find this as bad as like the 40% that this has on Rotten Tomatoes right now or whatever. It's not that bad. It's a good fun time. And unlike the crappy, god awful 2003 Eddie Murphy version, yeah, I'm not a fan of that one. This one is definitely more faithful to the titular eponymous attraction that it is based off of. Which that's what I was looking for because, like many of you out there, I'm a big fan of the ride at Disney World. Visited I recall visiting Disney World when I was 8 and 9 and riding that and it being one of my favorites. It was a perfect blend of horror, kind of it was very spooky, but it was also funny and enjoyable. And it still is. It's one of those timeless attractions that'll stand the test of time and always hold up. And I was looking for that, and thankfully it delivered. If you're looking for Easter eggs and references to the original Walt Disney World attraction, you will get that here. Trust me on that. And story wise, nothing special, nothing groundbreaking. But the story was fun and enjoyable for what it was. And I have to say that the main reason that I had a fun time watching this movie, the main reason why it worked for me is the cast. In naming off the cast, you guys have probably picked up on the fact that this is an A-list cast. Well, firstly, Lakeith Stanfield, he is the central character of this movie, but also Owen Wilson and Danny DeVito, Jamie Lee Curtis, Rosario Dawson, Tiffany Haddish. It seems like Disney pulled all the stops in casting for this movie, and everybody did a great job. This group of people who have to, I'm not going to give away any plot details, I never do, but this group of people who are pretty much forced to take on the evils of this mansion work well together. They have good chemistry with one another, and it was simply put a joy watching these guys kind of form this friend group and face this together. I really enjoyed it. I will say that this movie is very light on any legitimate horror or tension. I was low key kind of crossing my fingers that some horror would be featured because it got a PG-13 rating as opposed to a PG rating. And also the teaser trailer for this movie looked like they were gonna like try and you know like explore like the darker, more sinister side of things here. And even before we got any trailers for this movie, even when this movie was in development, there were rumors that Guillermo del Toro. I hope I'm saying that name right. He deserves respect. Guillermo del Toro was going to direct this. That it was going to be much darker, much more sinister because he's known for bringing, very twisted looking creatures to the big screen. So I was kind of hoping, but as is, it's very light as on like legitimate horror tension. So if you're looking for a legitimate ghost, supernatural horror thriller, you will not get that here. Let me just brace you for that. So no one go if you see this movie, you don't go in and come out extremely disappointed. But that being said, it's still fun if you can enjoy it for what it's trying to be, which it makes it clear off the bat that it's just trying to be, like more it makes it very clear right off the bat that it's definitely trying to capture like the fun side of the haunted mansion, the fun side of writing the haunted mansion, right? If you can accept that as I did, I think you'll have a good time with this, I guess if we want to get technical with this, there are like one or two legitimate horror scenes, jump scare scenes. One of which was actually pretty good, pretty actually pretty tense. It doesn't last that long, but it was actually pretty tense. But other than that, it's more or less a straight up comedy. Again, I don't have a problem with that because the cast in this movie, they're legitimate. I found them legitimately funny and enjoyable and likable, and yeah, it was just a fun time. And also, this movie does get bonus points with me for throwing in some New Orleans culture, New Orleans culture. Not, no, I guess Creole is the word I'm looking for. I could be wrong about that. Please don't skewer me alive. New Orleans culture, Louisiana culture. I'll just say that, because I have family from there. One of my parents is from New Orleans. I wasn't born there. I wasn't raised there, but I have roots in New Orleans, so it was cool to see, it was definitely really cool to see that city represented. And that's about all I can say about this movie. It was a just a fun, enjoyable movie. It's one of those movies that I can foresee being like a family favorite during the Halloween season. I myself, if it's on Disney Plus by October, which I'm sure it'll be, I'll definitely give it a rewatch. I have a soft spot for kind of as much as I love like actual legitimate horror. In fact, my next Wade Watches review will be a legitimate horror movie that I recently watched. I also have a soft spot for kind of like the family oriented Halloween specials, like one of which is Hocus Pocus. Though I know there are a bunch of innuendos in that movie, but it's not a legitimate horror movie. So yeah, this was enjoyable. And though it's not saying much, this is the best theatrically released haunted mansion movie to date. It decimates the 2003 Eddie Murphy version. I know Disney Plus. There's a Muppets Haunted Mansion special that I actually did watch when it came out just to check it out. Though I'm not a big Muppets guy. Um, that one was, Muppets. So, I can't sing that one's praises because, like I said, I'm just not a big Muppets person. Never really was. So, in my opinion, this is the best version of, the Haunted Mansion being brought to life as a theatrically released film. I think that Disney should focus on adapting their theme park ride, more of their like theme park attractions in the movies. Because to me, it seems like they put more effort into crafting a more compelling story around that than just like copying and pasting their animations, and this is proof of that. So yeah, Haunted Mansion. And wrapping it up, I'm going to give Haunted Mansion a 7 out of 10. Nothing exceptional, nothing special, but a hell of a lot of fun. Very likable, enjoyable cast. A lot of awesome references and Easter eggs to the original ride. And it's just a fun time. I walked out with a smile on my face, and sometimes that's I can't ask for more than that. So 7 out of 10 for Haunted Mansion. This has been another edition of Wade Watches, and I will see you all next time. Peace.